one final thanks, it's for you, Vin. Every broadcast for 67 years, you greeted us with a pleasant smile and asked us to pull up a chair, to listen and to learn. You were there for all the big moments in baseball, and you nailed the call every single time. You gave millions of fans memories they will never forget. But for us at WFUV, you were more than that. You were the man who made all of this possible. Through the founding of WFUV, you've inspired generations of broadcasters that continues to this very day and beyond. And for that reason, Vin, you will always remain in our minds and in our hearts. As you said countless times, we wish you, Vin, a very pleasant good afternoon wherever you may be. LaSalle will be shooting in front of the student section here as Fordham moving left to right at the Barclays. LaSalle moving right to left. Charlton at the top of the key. Inside the paint now, kicks it out Moore at the right wing. He drives baseline. At the right block, Moore starts and stops, double team comes, passing out of it, Charlton top of the key, fakes a three, steps in the left elbow for two, and it rolls in. Fordham's on the board, 3-2, LaSalle up by one, 18:45 first half.
Almost deja vu right there for the Explorers, very similar to the shot that Antrell Charlton buried back in Philadelphia to win that game at the buzzer.
Antrell Charlton loves that mid-range, hits one there and gets Fordham on the board. Brickus shifting in the lane, the runner, and it's good. Easy two there for Brickus, 5-2 LaSalle.
He's showing his driving ability right there, 21 points per game over his last three, so when it has mattered most, Sam, he's turned it up. A really nice move right there from the junior. Richardson
will hold the ball at his hip at the A-10 logo here in Brooklyn, lobs it in to Moore. Moore fakes the handoff, passing into the paint, but he traveled. Moore gets caught with a walk. A little rusty for Fordham in the first couple of minutes, coming off a 5-day layoff. Meanwhile, LaSalle has played 2 straight games. 5-2 LaSalle in front, 18:28 first half.
It's a good point because typically you figure that would favor Fordham, the fresh legs versus a tired LaSalle, but sometimes it's about being in a rhythm that helps you get off to a fast start. So we'll see right now it's been a good start for the Explorers.
Brantley surging ahead to the basket. It's pinned off the backboard by Nowitzki. Moore the other way for Fordham. Handing it off, Quisenberry. Right arc for three, off the side of the rim. Moore tries to track down the rebound, but Brickus comes down with it for the Explorers. He'll push it the other way. At the left wing, crossover move. Spinning into the paint now, kicks it out. Hassan Drame fakes a three in the far corner. Now steps back and shoots. High off the front rim, no good. And it looks like a foul over the back on the rebound. Quisenberry went to the ground. Fusini Drame picks it up. Fordham will have possession.
Hassan Drame missing that three right there. You see his size. You don't think of him as a three-point shooter, but at 32%, and certainly somebody, we know Fordham will dare some players to shoot. I wonder if he's going to be one of those guys they let wide open.
Hassan Drame, the St. Peter's transfer, has 10 rebounds per game in the A-10 tournament so far. Just 4 during the regular season. A number of Explorers really stepped up this year in the A-10 tournament. Charlton passing it, Rose at the right wing. Fakes a three, now he steps into one. Yes! Kyle Rose for three. It's 5-5, 17-23 first half.
The impact Kyle Rose makes on both ends of the floor, it's spent volumes for this team. You go back to last game, plus 29 versus Duquesne in a 40-minute game where he doesn't start. That's hard to do, equally as impressive.
Ducore guarded by Simbila at the left elbow. Looking to go to work on the big man. At the left block now, spins in the paint. Lowers his shoulder, puts up the floater, deflected by Simbila. Fight for the rebound. Hassan Drame comes up with it. He lobs it in. Simbila got a hand on it, and a foul going against LaSalle. Simbila goes to the ground hard as he's helped up by his teammates. Looks like he's going to be okay. 5-5, 16:57 first half.
Fran Dunphy credited his group last time to bring in the energy, but he talked about Fordham 100% is going to bring it. They're not about talent. They're about effort and wearing you out. You're seeing right now, just a few minutes into the game, every loose ball, the Fordham Rams are all over it.
While the Barclays Center is a lot larger of an arena than the Rose Hill Gym, it's still very loud in here as these students are making some noise for Fordham. Charlton bringing it over half court, has it at the top of the key. Crossover move, lobbing into the paint. Simbila underneath the basket. At the right block, goes up for two, misses the open layup. 5-5, 16:40 first half. Here goes Brantley the other way. For LaSalle, starts and stops at the left wing. Now surges towards the basket, kicks it out to Hassan Drame, far corner. He pump fakes, but then loses it out of bounds off his foot. Fordham will have it, 5-5, 16:30 first half.
Kyle Rose inserted the game, and sure enough, a turnover right away. Great job guarding Khalil. Brantley right there forcing that pass outside that caused the disruption.
Quisenberry will look to walk it up for the Rams as he calls out a play and has it across the logo. 5-5, 16-30 first half. Splits a couple of defenders, drives to the hoop, misses the layup off the glass, a little too strong, rebounded by Brickus. Brickus will bring it up for LaSalle. Dribbles with the left, guarded closely by Charlton. Now has it at the left wing, angling towards the top of the perimeter. Now to the right wing. Brickus, crossover move, drives in the lane. The layup is no good, rebounded by Rose. Rose will push the pace, up ahead to Quisenberry at the left wing. Quisenberry into the paint, now passing underneath, Simbila! The two-handed slam. 7-5, Fordham in front, 15-40, first half. Being in a couple Super Bowls, what's your message to the guys that are here for the first time? Have you given them any feedback, any pointers going through this week and leading up to the game?
Yeah, stay in your bag, stay focused, and get money. You know what I mean? Like, get to it. It's all a blessing to be here and all, but it's like, yeah, focus need to be at a premium, and it's like, you know, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the moment, and you know what I'm saying, don't let nobody step on you.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we fly under the radar as being a really good secondary. But I also don't mind giving credit to the front seven because I know we wouldn't be who we are without them. And I would hope they would say the same thing about us.
Hey, Jay, Jalen talked about your relationship between the two of you, just reflecting on what the relationship's like, how it's grown over the course of the year, how much trust you guys have in each other.
Talk about the relationship?
Yeah, with Jalen.
Me and Jalen had a really good relationship before I came to the Eagles. I definitely feel like the relationship off the field helped the relationship on the field. You know, we had already knew each other, and he knows my mindset. He knows what I want to come to, and so do I to him as well. So I think the football part of it just kind of took his role of his own really, really quick.
Backing up Travis Kelce, what do you learn from him as a tight end for yourself that you may try to incorporate into your own game?
I mean, you learn a lot. You know, none of us are Kels. I mean, I think he is, you know, one of a kind. There's not going to ever be a Kels ever again. That's just the type of player that he is. But, you know, he knows the offense really well. He's been in it for, I think this is like his 10th year. So it's, you know, he's just a guy that, you know, you watch really closely, see a lot of things that he does, and when he's got feedback, you just really take it in, you listen to it. You know, you're very open to that feedback, and he does a great job with just watching the reps when he's not in and being able to help us and what he sees on the field in practice. So being able to do that, you know, is super important. I think a lot of guys are super open to that in the tight end room, but even the receiver. Mets and Padres game one here from the field at Citi Field Friday night. Nothing gets better than this. This is what the players have been waiting for all year long. This is what me as a reporter has been waiting for all year long. Edwin Diaz spoke to the media pregame about the atmosphere he expects tonight if he does enter into the game, as well as his comfort pitching out of the 8th inning.
If I come today to the game, this play will go crazy. And I think today will be more electrified than ever. So I can't wait to come to the game and see the vibe from the fans. Yeah, I gotta be open mind because, you know, and the 7 can come the head of the order and we might be a tie game, winning by 1 or 2 runs, and if they need me, I will be ready because I get early to the bullpen and I will get ready when Buck need me. So I haven't talked to them, but I know they will. If they need me early in the game, like 7 or 8 innings, I will be ready.
The 2022 Heisman Trophy ceremony included 4 star-studded finalists. From a sophomore winner to 3 QBs ready to lead their teams in the playoff, the event delivered some of the biggest names in college football. After being a Heisman finalist last year, C.J. Stroud came into this season as the favorite to take home the award. He started the year on fire, showcasing his pocket awareness, maturity, and accuracy that led him to a massive 28 touchdowns in his first 7 games, including 6 against Michigan State. In such a demanding Heisman race, just a few bad games against Northwestern and Michigan costed him the trophy. Although he finished 3rd in the voting, CJ talked about how much tougher this year was and the pride he takes in the season he had for his team.
I think something I was talking to my cousins and my mom and sister and brother were about was just the journey to get here is kind of more enjoyable than the moment when you're here. But they kind of questioned me on that and told me I have to enjoy this. And of course I want to go back and get going on Georgia and get that ball rolling. But man, I'm really appreciative to be here. The journey was very hard. I mean, I think this time going around was harder than last time just because I wasn't a surprise to anybody and defenses were trying to stop me. So I definitely think that it was very hard working to get here. So I'm very happy.
Despite not winning the award, CJ became the first Ohio State Buckeye to be a 2-time Heisman finalist. Being just short of the illustrious trophy will surely motivate him in his matchup with number 1 Georgia in the playoff semifinal. It will also motivate him right into the NFL draft, where he's projected to be a top 5 pick. It is certainly not the last we have heard from CJ Stroud. So Anderson will be back onto the field for the Bison to retry this punt after the 5-yard penalty. It'll now be 4th down and 1. Obviously, Bucknell deep in their own territory, so no threat of them going for it here. As Anderson is ready to boot this one away, Carter once again back to receive it. Let's try this again. As Anderson still in his end zone, but this time closer to the goal line. Awaiting the snap, and he takes it. And we'll boot this one away. It's a high kick received by Carter. Once again, a fair catch, this time at the 41-yard line. I think if they took that penalty, it would have been basically exactly the same, but they wanted to give Ruben Anderson a shot to try and pin Fordham back a little bit. But the Rams offense back onto the field at the 41-yard line, led by Tim DeMorat with 2 interceptions today. Looking to figure things out for this offense, who's gridlocked in a tie at 3-3. With the 1-7 Bucknell Bison, 7:02 to go in the second quarter before halftime. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, with a tight end and a running back into the game for the Rams. Fakes the handoff to Luffridge. Now he's going to throw to Luffridge towards the sideline. He's able to get a block, lowers his shoulder, past the 50, spins out of bounds to the 45, and a first down.
And Julius Luffridge, that time in open space, he just trucked Ethan Robinson, we talked about earlier in the game, being a big tackler. Luffridge had none of that and bowled right past him.
Julius Luffridge, 6 foot, 210-pound running back, just a sophomore, has really been impressive for the Rams offense this year. Matt Buron motions, and DeMoran has it, fakes the handoff, throws towards the sideline over the head of DeKeese Carter, and incomplete.
And DeMoran at that time just way too high for Carter. I think the timing and the depth of that route was just, off what these two guys were thinking, and it'll bring up a second down.
Brent Jackson was in coverage, the captain for the Bison. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 with 3 wide receivers, one of those being Matt Buron, the tight end on the far side of the field, with Carter on the near side. Fakes the handoff to Luffridge, throws a slant over the middle, caught by Carter. He puts his foot in the ground, spins around, and works his way to the 30-yard line, and a first down for the Rams.
And DeMoran and Carter going right back to old reliable, that slant pattern over the middle of the field, and Fordham has had a lot of success with that play.
3rd catch of the game for DeKeese Carter. That one moves the chains for a first down for Fordham. Ball at the 30-yard line. 6 minutes and change. It's going to tick under 6 minutes the clock here in the second quarter. DeMorat claps, hands it off to Luffridge up the middle. Luffridge bounces off a tackle. Then he's wrapped up there by Brad Jamison, the linebacker. Gain of a couple.
And the one thing Bucknell has shown today is that they're excited to get to the football. They're playing with an extra pep in their step. They're not playing like a normal 1-7 team.
Brad Jamison, the sophomore, at least 1 tackle in every game played this year. Gets one there. DeMorat, empty backfield, throws towards the far side. It's caught there by Mekhi Felton. He makes a man miss, but then it's brought down. Looks like just a little bit short of the first down.
Be another 3rd and short. That's something Fordham's had trouble with earlier in this game. Let's see if they can convert this one.
It's going to be 3rd down and short. As DeMorat looks to the sidelines, Felton is now out of the game as they rearrange their personnel here. The Rams, a short 3rd down and 1, ball at the 21. Julius Luffridge to the right of DeMorat, 2 wide receivers on the near side with a tight end into the game as well for the Rams. Luffridge now to the left of DeMorat. Flags fly as Luffridge takes it up the gut, bounces off a tackle, sees a crease, and is able to pick up a first down at the 12-yard line, but flags fly on the field.
If this play stands, and it looks like it will, as our referees are pointing towards the Bucknell side. That's great vision by Julius Luffridge, waiting for a hole to open, and found one and leaked right through it.
So it's offsides on the Bison defense. So obviously that penalty is declined. A nice play there by Luffridge, who keeps those legs moving, bounces off tackles, and is able to work his way and move the chains for a first down for the Rams.